Hello YouTube, let's start talking about joins. But before we do that, before we get into left join, right join, inner join and so on, we need to work with actual data. We need to have database and we need to have tables. So we will create our database, which will be corp, like corporation, and inside we will have two tables. One will be dedicated for actual general data about stores, so the city of store, the products into that store, the availability and prices of products and so on, and documents. And these documents will be classical accounting documents that will be shipped with every product individually. So let's say I have a central of my corporation in New York, and when I send things to Berlin, London or Paris, I will send products, but I will also send individual documents important for that individual product. Okay, so let's actually do that. So let's create a database, corp. Okay, let's use it. Use corp. Right. So next step is to create stores. That will be the table. So create table stores, and we will have a couple of things here. Now store ID, because we will have, for example, 10 smaller offices all around the globe in USA, Canada, Europe, for example. So that will be individual ID in a database. Okay, so integer, not null, and primary key, and auto increment. Okay, next line. We need to know about cities. So city, where we have stores, and that will be variable character up to, let's say, 30 characters. Now we also need store name, and that will also be varchar up to, for example, 30. Now we also need the name of products, product name, for example, varchar up to, I don't know, 50. Now we need to know how many of products we have in our store, so how many of them are available in a specific moment. Okay, that will be a number, integer, okay, whole number. You can have fraction of products, either you're selling on a piece or on kilo, something like that. And we will have price, of course. And we'll use integer here because I want to simplify things, but normally in production we will use float, decimal or double. So for simplicity reasons I will just go with the whole number. And that will be, I think, pretty much it for this table. Let me check. Individual ID, location, name of store, product, the storage capacity or state, and price. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so right. Okay, next thing, documents. Create table, documents. Now we need to have document ID inside of our database, unique stuff. So that will be integer, not null. Primary key, auto increment. Okay, the next thing is actual accounting number of that individual document that will accompany actual product along the way. Okay, like internal number of documents that are also important for tax services, for when government send revisions, you know, the people who will check documents for legality and so on. So let's just say that that will be like I don't know, internal doc, internal number, let's say, and that will be, of course, integer, right? Right, so that's it, internal number of document. And now interesting part. So when we send from our central in New York, for example, we need to state in this table in which store we are sending our documents and our products. Okay, And the stupid thing here is to use store name, because that thing can change over time. And you need to type a lot in requests, in queries. So the best thing here is to use IDs of that store, okay? So this is very, very awesome stuff about database. Always use numbers to interconnect things and never mess around with actual strings, because strings can change over time. You need to type a lot, and the numbers, first they are unique and then they are small to type. So let's connect every individual document with some individual store. So that will be SID, and that will be integer. So that's it. Now you don't need to state here that we are not creating here primary key. Okay, it's already done here. So in one table, it is normal to have only one ID, okay, which will be primary key and auto incremented. There is no purpose in interconnection and multiplication of IDs. What's the point? You will create all kind of mess. So only one primary key in an individual table. Right, so I think we are cool. So let's press enter. Okay, and let's see if everything is fine. So the number of tables, show tables in corp. Okay, that's cool. And describe documents or stores first. Let me see. Integer, variable, 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 character, integer, and integer. Okay, that's cool. Primary key, so that's fine. And describe documents. Okay, that's the name of our table for accounting papers. Okay, individual ID, internal accounting number, and connection with specific store somewhere in USA, Canada, Europe, and so on. Right, so that's cool. Now, in the next tutorial, I will prepare a lot of entries here. I don't want you to waste, your time watching me typing these individual entries 15 or 20 minutes. So in the next tutorial you will see this table populated with actual data. Okay, there will be no lot of them, just enough so you can grasp the basic. So then you can pause next video and then copy paste that basically here with manual inserts, or you can just relax, lay back and see what I'm doing. Right, so I'm gonna shut up, and as always, thank you for watching, and see you next tutorial.